If you haven't created content in a long time, then any content creation challenge that you decide to do is probably going to start off rough. But let me tell you, you can do it. I have started the 75 Hard Content Creation Challenge, and we're now starting week 2. So for the last week, I have posted on Instagram and TikTok 7 days straight, and I've posted on YouTube every week, so every Sunday by 11 a.m. And I say every as if it's been more than 1 week, but here we are. So in today's video, I'm going to go over lessons that I've learned so far in week 1, and then also what I plan on doing for the remaining weeks and for the remaining days. Because let me tell you, this is not for the weak if you haven't posted in a long time. All right. So, a little bit of background. I have not posted short form in probably like consistently in probably a year and a half, almost 2 years. Now, long form YouTube, I've posted here and there, but let's be honest, I haven't really been all that consistent on here either. But I have, I've turned a leaf. I am now a consistent content creator. Regardless of what's happening, I am consistent with posting and creating content that is valuable to my viewers, to my community, all of those things. And that's the mindset that you really have to be in if you're going to do this for real. Let's be honest. So, I am excited because I completed all 7 days and I've gotten some traction. Okay. So I will say this TikTok, I'm starting off clean slate, no followers, no nothing. And so far, I think I have 12 followers. Let me see. Let's find out how many followers we have real quick. I have 13 followers. Okay. So I have 13 followers. I'm happy in a week. Okay. I'll take it. And 74 likes. So 13 followers, 74 likes. Now, why am I doing this? I'm doing this more so to build social capital and build a community. I'm not really focused on the follower count per se. Let me move this camera up. That's not up, that's in. I'm not looking for a specific follower count per se. I am more so looking to strengthen my messaging and get all the gunk out before the good content comes out, if you know what I mean. And if you don't, you'll find out. So that's what we have on TikTok. Now, on Instagram, I am not starting from zero. Instagram, I already had over 1,000 followers. And so I'm kind of starting from there. We'll say I'm starting from 1,000 followers. Right now I have 1,026. But we'll just say I'm starting from 1,000 followers and go from there. What I will say though is with Instagram, I'm getting a lot of views. I don't know how many likes. I haven't looked at any of that. I'm looking like on there now. And I'm just really trying to build up my execution muscle when it comes to building content. So that is what we're looking at right now. That's what we're looking like right now. I will say this. This has been not a rough 7 days, but this has been challenging. There have been days where I've forgotten to post. I remembered before midnight. So I made every single day on time. Like I posted before I went to bed, put it like that. But there have been days where I like totally forgotten, was like, what am I about to post? I do not know what to post. And so that was one key. Oli, you went into this without a plan. You didn't know what to post. You don't know what you're talking about. Why are you here? We're working through that. We're working through that. But I'm being fully transparent here. I wanted to do it to start execution muscle, and then I work the plan out as I go. I'm keen on building the plane while it's in the air. I don't like it always, but sometimes that's just what has to be done. So that is what we are. That's where we are right now in terms of the posting. I did post last week, and last week's video actually went. It went okay. It went okay. I'm not gonna say it was the best, but it went okay. We're going to improve on YouTube. We're improving on YouTube. That's why we're here. So now, what are we doing to move forward? That is the question. That's where we talk about the 12-week year. So if actually one of my best performing videos, if you are ever interested in learning details about the 12-week year, you can follow along with me here, but also you can go to, I have maybe 3 different videos. No, I have 2 different videos talking about goal setting and the 12-week year strategy. Now, the 12-week year strategy that I use, I get results every single time. There's never not a time when I don't get what I'm going for. So that's why I'm getting ready to install a 12-week plan in this whole situation. That's going to include the content challenge, but that's also going to include some more things. So there's that. What I wanted to talk to you about, however, is showing you how I'm not showing you, but telling you how I'm going to do it. I'll show you in a different video because right now I don't have it all together. I'm just kind of talking through it and processing it. So you're going to processing it with me. This may be helpful for you. I'm hoping that it is. I believe that it will be because you can kind of see what you need to think about and what you don't need to think about. So when we're talking about the 12-week year, the reason why I do a 12-week year is because one, it exercises my execution muscle. I am a challenge girly. You give me a challenge, you give me you give me just a defined amount of time to do something and to accomplish something. I'm going to make sure that it happens. I am a believer of the Parkinson's law. The Parkinson's law says work expands to fill the time it is given. So if you give yourself 5 days to do something, it's going to take you 5 days to do it. So if I give myself 12 weeks to do something specific, it's going to take the 12 weeks, and I'm fine with that. I want to exercise this execution muscle. I also believe that 12 weeks is like the perfect amount of time to identify and test a hypothesis to see if it works, if it doesn't work. It gives you enough data. If you have enough data, then you're able to make more informed decisions. And I like making informed decisions, even though I don't always get the information. This is another reason why I like the 12-week year. Another reason is it builds your confidence. So as I am continuously showing up here on YouTube and showing up on short form platforms and doing the work, it's building up my confidence to let me know, or building up my confidence so that I know, listen, I can get this done. Like you can't tell me I can't get it done. It's not possible. I don't believe you. And then lastly, I believe that all work works. And so because all work works, I believe that this is either working in me or it's working for me. So it's either working on me or it's working for me. All right. So step one in the 12-week year, and we're only going to go over step one, is your pre-work. There are a few things that I do to make sure that I am successful in any type of 12-week plan that I create. The first thing is identifying what is the purpose of this particular 12-week year. What's the theme? Why are we doing this? What are we trying to accomplish? I have a particular revenue goal that I have in mind that I want to accomplish within the next 12 weeks. So that is the purpose of my 12-week. I want to build my social capital so that I am available and seen and visible so that I can get that revenue. All right. So that is the vision. Now the objectives are more so what are the things that I'm going to do to make space for that vision or that goal to come to pass? I don't believe that I can control the results of certain things. I can't make XYZ happen. I can't make this revenue goal happen, but I can do the things that are required in order to make sure that the outcome has the space and the availability to take place. My thought is I'm responsible for the things that I can do, and the Lord is responsible for the outcome. And maybe the outcome doesn't happen within the 12 weeks. I'm fine with that. I just need to make sure that I am building up that execution muscle within the 12 weeks and I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do. So that's why I like doing the 12-week year. So I'm going to be building my social capital. And the way that I phrase my objectives is they're more I will statements. I will do. What are the things that I'm going to do to make space for that revenue to come? All right. I'm going to post every day. I am going to make more offers. And I haven't thought all of this out. I'm just giving you examples. I am going to build relationships on the platforms. I am going to check my analytics and track my progress. So these are all things I'm coming off the cuff just talking about when it comes to building your social capital. I am going to find out what resources I need and get those resources, and I'm going to take action on those resources. Okay, I'm going to apply with the things that I'm learning. That's it. So there's that. And then the next piece is the plan itself. So the plan, when you're talking about the plan, it's simple to make a plan. It's very easy to make a plan, but it does take a lot of work. So the first part of your plan, you want to make sure that you have concrete dates for your 12-week year. What's the start date and what's the end date? We want to be clear about that. My start date is going to be July 26th. So in the next video, that's when we're starting the 12-week year. This video is that pre-work. So my 12-week year starting July 26th, and it'll be 12 weeks since or after that. I don't have the exact date right now. And then events. I always look and see in my calendar because I also work a 9 to 5, homeschool parent, and everything else. So I need to look at my calendar and take a good chunk of life and figure out what's happening within the next 12 weeks. And I need to be able to prepare, like if I'm going to be posting every single day, what are events that are already scheduled that may cause friction for me posting? And I need to make a plan for those. That's the reason why we want to take a note. Am I taking a vacation? Do I have PTO? All of those things, because that may create friction within my 12-week year plan. Then also, or may not even friction, it may open up space. So if I have PTO for a specific date, that can be time that I can make available for client calls. We're just thinking out loud. This is how I think when I do my plan. And then also I do a time audit. So this week I will be auditing my time. It's going to be interesting. I am actually going to start the time audit after this video. I kind of know what I did this morning, so I'll fill in what I know. But that time audit is going to show me how I'm currently using my time. So after you finish a time audit, and this will probably be a separate video, after you finish a time audit, what's important to note is your time audit is going to tell on you. If you've been honest with everything that you've done every 30 minutes for 7 days, your time audit is going to tell on you. It's going to tell you how you're wasting your time. It's also going to tell you, it's going to strip you of every excuse that you have saying, I don't have time to do XYZ. I don't have time to build a business. You probably do. You just don't see it. You may not be aware of it. So a time audit brings awareness. It brings conviction, and it brings change. It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful tool to use. It's one of my favorites. Every client I work with, that is one of the first things that we do. We're going to audit your time. You're going to be completely honest with yourself. Because it's not me that you have to impress. It's yourself. You actually don't have to impress anybody. You just need to be honest with yourself. When you're honest with yourself and you know what kind of time you have, it's easier for you to make corrections and get to the goal. Because at the end of the day, that's what we want to do. We want to get to the goal. So that's also what I do in terms of the plan. So yes, the plan, it relieves doubt. It relieves overwhelm. We love a good plan. It helps us build our execution muscle. Now, the next piece of that plan is going to be your tactics. Your tactics are the actual action items that you do. So for your action items, you want to be very specific. Like if it's post on social media, what are all that, like that's a task, but what are all the subtasks underneath that? We want to list them. And you could just list them once. And so that way, whenever you do your next week, you already know what that list entails. If you're doing analog, like if you're writing in a notebook, your plan, that may be a little, you can put everything on a post-it note and just have the post-it note move every week. Or if you're doing it in a tool like Notion or ClickUp or anything like that, even Google Docs, Google Sheets, anything like that, it's easy to just copy and paste because you already know what the subtasks are. But we want to look at every task and create subtasks for those tasks and making sure that you're basically creating a checklist to make sure you hit that checklist every single time you do that task. That's also going to help you identify areas in which, like if you don't accomplish the goal, you can look back on how you carried out every week and it'll tell you whether or not you, like what happened. Again, check out the video that I'll have linked either in the cards or down in the description box for the 12-week year, the full process, because that will give you like the full rundown. And so one thing that I do, I don't know if I did it in that video, but I do it now, is I break up my 12-week into 2-week sprints. That way I can narrow my focus even more. So when I narrow my focus even more, I'm not worried about what's happening in week 10. I'm in week 2. And so I find that a lot of times people will get scattered in their thought process, or they'll try to engineer or manufacture like a belief or an outcome based off of assumptions. I don't want to assume. So because I don't want to assume, I'm going to stay focused on these 2 weeks, and these are what the 2 weeks are doing for me. And this is all I need to work on for these 2 weeks. If there anything that comes up that's outside of the goal, I'll write it down so that I don't lose it, but we're not working on it. So that's what I'm going to be doing this week. It's going to help me figure out what the next, what the remaining days of this content creation challenge are going to look like. And then it is also going to help me accomplish my goal of getting back and, opening up services again. I'm excited. I'm going to be taking you along for the ride. So get ready and let me know in the comments, what are some questions that you have when it comes to creating a 12-week year plan, or even when it comes to, taking action on any type of plan, whether it's 12-week, quarterly, annually, anything like that. I'll talk to you soon.